First of all, a short disclaimer. This is one of 3 videos where I test the MagSafe Powerbanks. This one is focused on iPhone 12 and 12 Pro, but the other 2 feature the iPhone 12 mini and the iPhone 12 Pro Max. The links are in the description. Choose a video that applies to your model, or feel free to watch all 3 videos, but keep in mind that I reuse some footage so you may see some repeating parts. Also, if you're watching this after 2021 iPhones come up, this video is still valid and all the tests are valid because the batteries are rumored to be enlarged insignificantly. Oh, and also this video is brought to you by me. All the devices in this video either belong to me or to my friends, so you're the one who makes the final decision. It's Alex here, welcome to the Geeks Table, let's get started. Apple released their own MagSafe battery pack. I was really looking forward for the battery case because I really loved the one for the iPhone 11 Pro, which had a dedicated camera button. But I can understand Apple because this can work with all iPhone 12 lineup and newer generations, and this one is limited to a single model. So today it will be only about MagSafe Powerbanks. We shall compare the following models: Anker PowerCore 5K, Enforcer Magnetic Power Bank, Jiga Portable Charger, Apple MagSafe Battery Pack, and Hyperjuiced Magnetic Wireless Battery Pack. Enforcer and Jiga are basically OEM devices, so you might see them under different brands or labels, so just remember them visually. iPhone 12 and 12 Pro have enough battery for an everyday usage, so in my opinion they don't need a power bank that much. But if we go on a vacation where the phone is our navigator and our camera, then the battery may drain quite fast. And I was quite curious how fast and how much energy each of these power banks would provide. Because Jiga has a double capacity, it was the only power bank that could charge the iPhone 12 to 100%. And then it kept this level for 30 minutes more. And it's a shame that Apple's power bank spent as much time as Anker, but could deliver 2 times less energy. But if we get into more detail, we'll see that the charging speed is inconsistent in time. We get the first 5% after around 7 minutes with any of the power banks except Anker. Jiga could charge the phone to 80% in 3 hours and 12 minutes, but to get to 100, it needed another 2.5 hours. So why the charging speed behaves like that? That's because Apple takes battery charging and possible overheating really serious. Overheating in general might limit the phone's functionality. For example, like the flashlight may stop working, or the whole phone might get blocked saying like you need to cool it down before continue using. And when you charge a phone with a screen on, it can overheat really easily. Also, it's better not to keep the battery charged to 100% for a long time, because this reduces its durability. That's why once the iPhone's battery gets charged to 80%, the charging speed slows down. There is another common scenario. We're having a vacation in the middle of nowhere and we need to charge 2 devices at a time. So we could charge our iPhone 12 and 12 Pro via MagSafe and use the port to charge an extra device via cable. I used my iPhone 11 Pro for this purpose, and here are the results. Anker cannot charge 2 devices at a time. Once you attach it to the phone, the USB-C output is disabled. Enforcer does it in a clumsy way, providing almost everything to the iPhone 11 Pro, giving 8% of battery to the iPhone 12 in 1 hour and 23 minutes. Jiga could charge both of them enough, so I'm satisfied with the result, though it took 4 hours to get there. Apple's Lightning has no output, so you won't even charge the first generation Apple Pencil from it. And finally, Hyper did a good job in splitting the energy via cable and MagSafe. Jiga actually has a second port, and yes, it's capable of charging 3 devices at a time. I was able to charge iPhone 12 to 100%, Apple Watch to 100%, AirPods Pro to 100%, and their case to 93%. Next, I've tested a real-life scenario when we have just one cable, a dead phone, and a dead power bank. So we attach the power bank to the phone and start charging them both via a single cable. First thing you might notice is that Jiga cannot do a pass-through charging. It disables all the outputs once we start charging it. In case of Anker and Enforcer, once the phone is charged, you might need additional 90 minutes to charge the power bank to its maximum. Hyper needed just 12 more minutes. Thanks to Apple's deeper integration, we were able to see the exact percentage in real time. Also, Apple is the only one that has a reverse charging functionality, so it can charge both devices, either connecting the cable to the power bank or to the phone. And here we may notice that both modes complete the charging in around 8 to 9 hours. And that's okay if we do it overnight, but in any other case, that's extremely slow. Notice that the priority is given to the device that holds the cable. When the cable is plugged into the power bank, its battery gets charged till 80%, and only then we see a boost in the charging speed of the phone. In the case of the reverse charging, we'll get 80% of the iPhone in less than an hour, and then we'll start charging the battery pack faster. So I would recommend charging the power bank separately, and this is how fast they will get charged. Enforcer has two ports, Lightning and USB-C, so we have more freedom in charging. But via USB-C, the job is done in 40 minutes faster. Also, I'm pretty sure that the LED indicator was misbehaving, because 50% in 2 minutes looks unrealistic to me. Anker and Hyper with the same capacity reached 100% in 2.5 and 3 hours respectively. This result looks quite fine to me, unless I'm in a rush. But I try to keep my power banks charged, and I recommend you to do the same. Apple has just a single indicator that is either orange or green, and there is no way to check the percentage except connecting the phone to it and look at the widget. So, what power bank I would recommend? I would note that Enforcer is the only one that has a kickstand and overall looks as the most compact power bank among others. I wouldn't rely on the kickstand a lot, but it's nice to have, though it won't work in the portrait mode. Also, Enforcer has the worst build quality compared to others, and I could smell rosin while it was charging a phone. Jiga is the only device that could charge iPhone 12 and 12 Pro to 100. It's bigger and heavier than the others, but it can have you covered, including your phone, watch and headphones. Anker and Hyper are nothing special, not the worst and not the best. But for iPhone 12 and 12 Pro, I would recommend Hyper if choosing between the two. It charges longer though, and this one is 20 grams lighter, so you need to choose what is more important to you. But if I could, I would skip them both. Apple's MagSafe Powerbank is really hard to recommend. Its capacity is small, its charging speed is slow, its price tag is high. Basically, you should buy it only if you don't trust the third-party powerbanks, you need a deeper iOS integration, and you need an Apple logo on the back. So, that will be it from me. I hope this video was useful for you and you'll make the right choice. Please let me know in the comments which powerbank would you get. It's been Alex, and see you at the Geeks table. Bye bye.